So Taurus, this is your October forecast for 2016, and listen, we're opening up into autumn. I hope you've had a beautiful summer and late summer, the Indian summer. But here we go with all this fresh energy, the crisp energy, and it's starting out here this month for you, Taurus, with your focus on your relationships here with Venus cruising through this area. So it's going to be a romantic time for you this month, at least from the beginning of October to that of the 18th. Then Venus will move into the 8th house. It will deepen its energy. It will kind of stir around and the resources between you and your partner. How much are you sharing with one another? What is fair? Are you giving too much, or is he or she giving too much? That's going to be the question here after the 18th. But until then, this is a great time for you to really feel that this is an energy that's ongoing and building and balancing. And for those of you who might be single, Taurus, well, as long as Venus is here, it visits this area once a year for a few weeks. So it's a great time for you to go out and about. Maybe you'll just cross paths here with somebody special. But the next focus here, it is your 6th house. It's all going to be about routines. How are you working? Are you working efficiently, or have you been working up against the wall? Well, then it's time to really kind of weed out, lay things down, organize and structure, and then you will have a good next 11 months of how your day-to-day routine works, because the sun visits this area once every year, and it's time to hit it while you can, right? Well, it does help whenever Mars also or Venus comes into this area, but they've already been there. They're not coming back for another 12 months, so that would be the earliest visit that you would have. Jupiter has just moved into Libra, so we're still getting used to now the energy of it being here. Libra is all about balancing, it's about harmony, it's about beauty, and of course now this being your 6th house, you might just now really come to see or notice for the first time in 11 years, it's a 12-year cycle of Jupiter, and it's coming in to stay for a year, and you're going to see how you're going to change things around you so it becomes not just more efficient, but where you can beautify it. Think it's Libra. You might get some new office furniture, something that you can hang on the walls, something that brings the feng shui up for you, and that will give you a whole lot more enjoyment as you move throughout the coming months. Then we have Mars. Mars is our focus, drive, action, ambition, and now it is in Capricorn. And you know Mars really likes being in Capricorn. Why? Well, because it gives us the challenge to climb. Think about Capricorn, the mountain goats, right? It's the mountain top. Mars giving you all this physical drive, energy to climb, rise, and reach those goals. It being in your 9th house here, Taurus, has to do with your higher understanding, what you're learning, where you're expanding your mind. So you might just dive into something of research this month that really tickles not just your heart, but tickles more so your spirit on higher levels. It's more about finding more out about who you are, I feel. Plus, not only that, it's a preparatory stage here for what's coming when Mars moves into your 10th house, which is for career. So some of you might just take a little class, course, or something that you could add to what it is you're doing in your career. So, yeah, let's talk about the moons, though. The new moon here is not before late this month, coming in on the 30th. And for you, that is your 7th house of relationships. Venus has been here this month. It's kind of laid the grounds for you, and the new moon is all about those beautiful new beginnings. It's planting the seeds, right? And so for this time for you in this area, it's about planting seeds of how you'd like to see your relationship grow, how you'd like it to expand, the way that you would like to express your emotions, or have your partner express his or her emotions back to you. The full moon will come here on the 15th for you here, Taurus. That's in your 12th house. So you might just feel that this month's full moon has you wanting to lay back or step within. It's more an internal journey for you as it's in the 12th house. It's time to listen, to what your spirit is trying to communicate to you. It's a great time to go to the spa or just rest up. It's really getting your batteries recharged is what that is all about. So as we go through the month, and of course now most of you know, and you can see it down below here at the video, the Astro Weekly. When you go check on it, we'll get the day-to-day astrological forecast where we're including the moon, which we don't really do here other than the new moon and the full moon. But the moon creates aspects all the time throughout the month, triggering off on all these planets, and it gives us our daily mood and what we can expand and grow throughout the week. So you might want to listen to that. If you're on a PC, it's just to click on it and we'll take you directly to it. And if you're on your phone, well, you won't be able to click it, not that I think it would. But then you can find the link in this description below. So the Astro Weeklies are good. You got the Tarot Weekly there as well. So enjoy those. But let's take a look at the calendar here throughout the month for the major aspects. On the first, we have something very romantic. That is Venus and Neptune. Venus being love, Neptune being very romantic and spiritual. So this would be the date night of the month to set up. I think you will enjoy it. And not to mention all of you with all your creative talents being out there, the artists among you, they will absolutely feel this inspiration fill you, probably in full like downloads where you're just in this dream state of wanting to create. We got a practical day around us there on the 5th. The Sun and Saturn are together. If you're needing to make a decision, this is a great time to do so. If you're starting anything new here today, say a new job, well then it's going to promise longevity. Okay, Saturn always makes sure for the long run that we're secure, and this is a good aspect. However though, we might just need to look at what choices we're making so we're not hasty. That's the only thing. Mars is action and Jupiter here, they're up against each other. We have a square, might be a challenge there. So if you're not knowing which direction to go, try to find the Saturnian solidity within yourself, you know, so you don't just jump, right? But ask yourself, can I see myself in this situation in the long run? Yay or nay, right? When we ask our mind can give us 1,000 different inputs. So we can get lost in our mind when we think or overthink too much. But if we ask our heart, which is also a mind of its own, it will only give you 2 answers. Yes or no. Does it feel right or wrong? Good or bad? This is the heart. The mind of intuition sits here. So I'm seeing there's a little thing there going on between the 5th and the 7th, but you will figure it. Also what's going on the 7th is Mercury's moving into Libra at this time, where it has been working through Virgo, which is very, very analytical. So you're coming off this analytical high and now coming into, what do I do? Which direction do I go? Typical for Libra. Difficult to make decisions because they're always weighing for and against, right? So try to not get lost there. Ask your heart. On the 11th, beautiful. There is great news coming to you, Taurus, and I feel that this is something that you absolutely will like. It feels it's coming from the work area for you. And also, Mars is kicking into action with something that you've been dreaming about, longing for. This is between what you're seeking, what you're studying, what you're reaching for, and then also in the area of your hopes and dreams. Put the 2 of those together, and then we have a really nice balance there. And I see you really kicking into action here with a thought and action running as one. Let's talk about being synchronized. You're all fully aligned here. As you kick into action on the 13th, I think it's going to follow with not just some news, but some accomplishment that you're going to be getting there already on the following day, on the 14th, where things are coming together, solidifying. You're one with your actions, and actions are giving you results. So mid-month is absolutely fantastic. Just be a little careful there on the 15th when the Sun and Uranus are at opposing points, because why our attention is in 2 directions at once. Sometimes we run into smaller accidents when that happen. You might stump your toe, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's only the 15th though, but then I'm seeing here how things are really going to be smooth. You're going to be riding this wave of your accomplishment. You know your direction. You're moving right along. So when we get closer there to the end of the month, we have Venus now sextiling off on Jupiter. Now that's always a beautiful thing on the 26th. That is romance, but it's also generosity. There's abundance. Jupiter will give gifts, right? Now gifts can come in so many shapes and forms. It could be a literal thing, but it could also be something given from the heart. So whatever that is going to be for you, you shall wait and see. However, though, I do see that this is coming here through something of a daily manner, but I feel also the insight can come from somebody sharing with you on a spiritual level that can really widen your horizons. Then on the 28th, just a little careful on this day. Mars and Uranus are square. So Mars rules all mechanical things and Uranus all technical things. So you might have a little meltdown there on the power stations. It could be your computer going a little haywire, because why? It's all this built up tension that comes to a point of friction and then a sudden release, boom. So yeah, if you're feeling that your software is not working for you, just walk away from it. You know, it's just one of those things. Might just last this day. You could feel it leading up maybe the day prior, the day later. But when we have these little mishaps, of course it's a buildup of tension and frustration within our own selves and consciousness as well. Sometimes we feel that we're transferring it to our equipment. You know, the microwave can suddenly pop, or the TV, or the radio, whatever. And yeah, you could say, where is the stress? Is it from us being transferred to electronics, or is it just that we're both electronics and us, under this influence? And of course, the influence is everywhere because it's the transits, right? So we're all under the influence. So just be a little careful, especially when you're out and about in traffic and so forth, because this can release like earthquake type energy. It will just happen really quick, whatever happens. On the 29th, I feel this is a day where you're going to go in and you're going to secure your emotional self, especially when it comes to money matters. You might secure a loan or an agreement, a negotiation, whatever that is for you, Taurus. But especially because security is so important for you, I think you're going to get on paper what it is that you've probably been working for a while to get to this point, and finally it's like arriving. So you can see how this is really going to work for you. Now Halloween, here we have beautiful energy with the moon aligned to Pluto and Mars, which is really set for all that ghosty, spooky, scary stuff. Right? So I'm sure that whatever you're going to be dressing up as is going to be absolutely top shelf. So listen, have a great month, and I will see you next month, Taurus. Go listen to your Astro Weekly, and see you soon.